Good evening and welcome to GC News at 9. I'm JohnnyZillion.
And I'm JSach.
We begin tonight with breaking news about the announcer of The Price is Right, George Gray, as we report that the announcer has suffered a whopping 3 heart attacks. Reports are telling us that George woke up on Monday morning at 7 a.m., saying that he came down with chest pains, which he speculated was just an indigestion problem. However, as his health deteriorated throughout the day, his wife dialed 911 and was rushed to the hospital via ambulance. The first attack he suffered was during the trip in the ambulance, and the doctors performed surgery on George. Both attempted to insert stents into his arteries, but failed. His second heart attack occurred during a walk inside the hospital itself, as the doctors put him back into surgery, where doctors inserted a third stent into his arteries. George then suffered his third and final heart attack. Surgeons performed a quadruple bypass on George, and then placed back into ICU, listed in, quote, critical condition. George has now been reported to be in stable condition, as he states that he's in, quote, the best shape of his life. George also stated that if it weren't for the coronavirus, he'd be dead. Him and his wife were planning a trip to Thailand to celebrate their anniversary this month, and he says that had he suffered the heart attack there, he almost certainly would have been a goner.
More breaking news tonight out of Pyongyang, North Korea, as a Hong Kong broadcast Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un has died earlier today. A Japanese magazine is reporting, however, that he is in a, quote, vegetative state as he went under heart surgery earlier this month. We are unsure to know that if Kim Jong-un is indeed dead. However, the source that is being quoted is a very solid and reliable source, unquote. Other media outlets are saying his surgery went badly wrong because of his surgeon's very shaky hands, unquote. GCW News cannot verify any of these sources at this time, and it's very unclear what to believe until further information from officials have been provided.
Now let's get a check of your local weather with meteorologist case number 23.
All right, hold on.
Isn't that right? You better get some news done.
So, Case, how's that weather? Case.
I think the weather's pretty good.
Yeah, the weather is pretty good, Johnny.
It is dark. I cannot see.
Yeah, it is rather dark out there.
Okay, we're going to continue with the news so far. So,
Hold on, my mic is fixed.
Oh, now your mic is fixed? Okay, well,
Yes.
How about do the weather?
I will do the weather. All right. Right now, current conditions are 44 degrees with a slight chance of showers outside. Winds moving at 14 miles per hour east with the sunset at 6:09. That's like AM?
That's.
I don't know.
You're
the weatherman.
Okay, yeah.
Case,
Yes.
you know the weather map's over here, right?
Yeah, I asked if I was supposed to go in front of the big screen and I didn't get an answer back.
I mean, you gotta go. You gotta walk to the screen.
You gotta
in order
walk
to
to
read
the
it.
screen. There you
Man,
go.
walking
There
is
you
such
go,
a great
Casey.
thing nowadays.
All right.
So, Case, what's that map mean?
See, this map over here, there's a really big storm brewing in the north. It's probably gonna push its way up north towards New York, Massachusetts, and then head out to sea. Our national forecast right now: 51 degrees in New York. Where else is it? San Francisco is at 88. Los Angeles is at a sunny 88 degrees. San Francisco, with the wind off the water, 71 degrees. And Dallas is at 85. Overnight tonight, we'll have a chance of showers throughout the evening, with our sunrise at 6:09 a.m. And that's my 7-day forecast. Saturday, partly sunny with a high of 60. Sunday, a chance of showers, 50 degrees. Monday, showers through the morning, 50. Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, 60 degrees. A very nice day to go out and do a walk if your bans have been lifted. Wednesday, showers and 60. Thursday, rain all day, 57. And Friday, a slight chance of showers, 60 degrees. All right, back to you, Johnny.
Okay, Thank you, Case. Continuing the coronavirus pandemic, another unfortunate milestone has been reached globally as over 200,000 deaths has been confirmed and over 2.75 million cases. In the United States, over 100,000 cases have been confirmed and more than 53,000 deaths. Over 1 million people are still suffering with the COVID-19, but over 800,000 have recovered. New York holds the highest number of cases and deaths in the U.S. for coronavirus, and researchers are still trying to find a treatment that will help to slow the spread further. Remember, the virus is transmitted through droplets made when a person coughs, sneezes, or exhales. They are heavy and quickly fall onto the floor and surfaces, which is why it is important to wear a mask when going outside if necessary. You could be infected if you breathe in the virus when you are in proximity of a person with it, or touching a contaminated surface than touching any areas of your face. Use these tips frequently to make sure you are reducing the chances of getting the virus at all times. Wash your hands often, avoid coming in contact with people, remain at least 6 feet apart from each other by social distancing, stay indoors to self-isolate yourself, and if necessary, wear a mask when going outside.
Georgia became the first state to officially reopen some of its businesses, and it's doing so very cautiously. California residents, on the other hand, are going against lockdown orders and head to the beaches today as temperatures rise up into the 90s, even though the state has had a mandatory stay-at-home order since March 19th. California Governor Gavin Newsom pleaded for social distancing, as the state had 115 confirmed deaths between Wednesday and Thursday of this past week. He tweeted last night saying, quote, "It's going to be nice out this weekend. You might be feeling cooped up, ready for life to go back to normal. But we can't stress this enough. California can only keep flattening the curve if we stay home and practice physical distancing. You have the power to literally save lives," unquote. Other states have had protests demanding the reopening of economic activity such as Nevada, Wisconsin, and Michigan, as discussions over other states going into stage 1 of reopening is still ongoing.
Coming up, a Texas mayor faces controversy after breaking her own coronavirus rules.
And find out why Boeing has declined a deal with Embraer.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to GC News. Beaumont, Texas Mayor Becky Ames apologizes for violating her own stay-at-home order after a photo of her at a nail salon surfaced on social media. The image shows Ames in the closed nail salon on Tuesday, seated at a table with her hands in a bowl of water. This has sparked an investigation by the district attorney. People took to the internet to express their thoughts on her actions, criticizing her for violating her own order to protect the city and flatten the curve of the novel coronavirus. She has since apologized for what she did.
Commercial aircraft business Boeing abandoned a deal to buy 80% of the Brazilian aircraft business Embraer for $4.2 billion on Saturday morning. Boeing states that Embraer did not satisfy the necessary conditions of the agreement, but they say the company was making false accusations to back out of the transaction. The deal was cut by the collapse of the aerospace industry as the coronavirus pandemic suddenly hit and demands for new planes quickly disappeared. The terms of the deal said that either party could back out after midnight on Friday if the deal wasn't closed by then. Airline companies are expected to lose over $310 million in sales this year as the coronavirus makes travel in enclosed spaces extremely dangerous for public health. Once the market comes down, Boeing and Embraer could possibly save the deal, says F. Bulia. We'll see where the agreement will go after this world crisis passes, and everything will return back to a normal state.
All right, next up, we have a special guest here in our studio. Please welcome the host of GCW's Whammy. We have Cappers over here. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we came over here to invite you over because yesterday we had one of the greatest episodes of Whammy ever. So one contestant, well, actually two contestants, managed to win over, well, three contestants.
$1.3 million.
Yeah, $1.3 million worth of prizes. So tell me, how do you feel about the whole situation?
All right, so first of all, I feel shocked that this happened. The Biz and Sum hit a whammy. They lost over $1 million worth of prizes, and then they built back up all the way back to their final spin. Grant and Eli were in the lead, and then they hit the big bank. Then I asked them my question, which was, what is the only country and territory that is only deemed an island? And they answered correctly with Australia, and they won with over $1.3 million worth of cash and prizes, making this a historic night.
Wow, that is honestly incredible. Now, one of the biggest reasons for this huge win were the dream houses. Now, the show is also really popular for the various expensive dream houses, which retail at around. How much do the dream houses cost for each?
It approximately costs $650,000. So that is worth 1 year rental stay in the Beverly Hills, and Biz and Sum won a total of 2 dream houses. So we gotta figure out still how we're going to do that.
Of course, you're gonna have to figure that out. And also, do you think you are going to change the price of the dream house by any chance? Make some changes to the rules?
We do not know at this point if we have to change the price of the dream house or not. It is a modern-based dream house price right at the moment, but we'll take that into consideration.
All right, now your whammy career has just only started. Do you think any other episode continuing on will top this one episode?
I gotta say, this is going to be a very tough episode. Tough episodes ahead. I personally think, with all these dream houses being won and the price of it, I certainly believe that this will be reached in a higher score. To be honest, I think I could see maybe a $2 million winning at the end of the season, at least.
Of course, it's possible. All right, well, thank you, Cappers, for joining us. We hope for the best for your endeavors in Whammy. And now, we're going to head on over back to the desk here. So, coming up, we have more info on Apple's newest iPhone.
And learn about Zoom's new security measures during the pandemic. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to GC News. Good news for all you Apple fans because the newest iPhone is now getting released to the eager customers. Last Wednesday, Apple posted a video on their YouTube channel showing off the features of the second generation of the iPhone SE, which was originally released back in 2016. Take a look. This new phone comes at the cheapest in history, just $399. Experts are calling this one of the best iPhones in terms of pricing, functionality, and size. The A13 Bionic chip powers the phone, the same as last year's iPhone 11 Pro Max. And for all of you who missed the home button, it finally returns. The release of this comes as the coronavirus forces millions into the world to file for unemployment, and communication devices are necessary at low prices because of the economic closure.
With social distancing and stay-at-home measures in place, the demand for online education and meetings have increased within the last month. A majority of the country is using this video conferencing service, Zoom, as a way to video chat on a computer, tablet, or phone for group meetings. Google themselves find that 12 government-backed hacking groups have been running an operation during the pandemic and taking advantage of the virus for intelligence collecting. Zoom has recently announced a series of security improvements that will be pushed through as a part of a 90-day plan to operate it fully. One of the biggest changes is that all meetings will be using AES 256 encryption, which means that all meetings will be encrypted with a 256-bit key. Zoom before this update used 128-bit keys, which to most people is surprising because Zoom states that it's been using AES 256 all along. Zoom is not the only one pushing major security measures, as the many technology groups are pushing towards securing their users' accounts.
Coming up, Facebook has unveiled a new video chatting system.
And we give some birthday wishes to a lot of people during Quirk's Day of Days. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back to GC News. Moving along the topic of technology, it is well known that video chats nowadays are now the most popular form to communicate with each other. However, Facebook is now unveiling the new Messenger Rooms, which allows users and even non-users of Facebook to connect to global video chats that can fit up to 50 people. You can also share rooms directly with friends and other media platforms. Facebook also stated that it is working on chats for WhatsApp, Instagram, and Portal, so that users of those apps can reach a much wider crowd. Facebook also promises key safety, privacy, and security of these rooms as well, so unwanted guests are not a problem. Many people are excited to see what Facebook has planned for the future.
All right, we are going to start with some birthday wishes for Quirk's Day of Days. I see Quirk over there still getting himself a little bit ready, so I'll start kicking off with some 75th birthday wishes to Bjorn Avelius of ABBA. That's right, the rocker turned 75 today, born on April 25th, 1945. He has written countless #1 hits with his close friend Benny Anderson. Quirk, are you ready over there?
Maybe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, take it away.
Welcome back, and welcome back to the Day of Days. Let's start off with our birthdays. Other than JSach posted, we have to start with, we have Matthew West, who was a writer for songs like for artists like Billy Ray Cyrus, for becoming an independent Christian musician himself. For songs like More, You Are Everything, The Emotions, and Forgiveness, who was also an avid baseball player in high school. We also have Glenn Goodman, who was a recurring judge on the shit show Dancing with the Stars. You may know him, you may not. I don't. And we also have politician Oliver Cromwell from the English Civil War. Yeah. And for events today, we have Anzac Day, Bob Wills Day, DNA Day, East Meets West Day, Independent Bookstore Day, Independent Finance, Independence Awareness Day, Hairstyle Appreciation Day, Eroy's Birthday, Independence Marconi Day, whatever that is, National Crayon Day, National Go Birding Day, which you probably shouldn't do, because if you did that, you'd probably be outside. Of course, you don't want to do that. You have National Day of Puppets, National Mani-Ped Day, which, judging by one of our stories, that's interesting. National Sense of Smell Day, National Plumbing Day, so Mario, I guess. National Rebuilding Day, National Zucchini Bread Day, Red Hat Society Day, Parental Alienation Awareness Day, Save the Frog Day, World Tai Chi and Qigong Day, World Penguin Day, World Malaria Day, World Veteran Day, and World Healing Day. And let's go over to Steam to see what the stats are today. And let's see, obviously, number 1 is Counter-Strike Global Offensive, followed by Dota 2, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, GTA 5, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Ark Survival Evolved, Team Fortress 2, Destiny 2, Rust, and a surprising upturn, Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord. That's it for me, Chief, other than the fact that, grilled cheese. What time is it? 34? I would assume. What are we doing?
Well,
Because let's just bring it back to you boys at the desk.
okay, thank you, Kirk. I believe that's all the time we have for you. We're gonna also cut into Smash for the final game show community update. So Smash, tell us everything we know.
Well, today we had another big win. $250 on dealing.
Is there anything more by any chance?
No.
Oh no, wow, that is a very short news segment, and I believe that's all the time we have for today. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching GC News. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for more updates on daily news. Follow us on Twitter at @GCNews_, and subscribe to YouTube for more updates on GC News and all their community updates. Until then, this has been GC News. I've been JohnnyZillion.
And
that is
JSach.
I bet you are, and we will be back next week, and also tomorrow. Good night, everybody.
Put a question mark on my prompt.
That's none of your business.
Sorry for being abrupt. My parents were telling me about a possible thunderstorm.
Ooh, that sucks. We don't need to prepare for
We're still live.
We what?
We're still live, and they can hear